It's been a busy few days for U.S. Border Patrol agents who apprehended 64 abandoned Haitians on Mona Island on Wednesday. The Haitians were abandoned by corrupt smugglers and were used for financial gain. According to Scott Garrett, the acting chief patrol agent for Ramy sector, smugglers lied to these migrants and apparently left them on Mona Island, an uninhabited natural reserve, with complete disregard for their safety. On Tuesday morning, park rangers from the Puerto Rico Department of Environmental and Natural Resources contacted Border Patrol agents saying they had found undocumented migrants. The next day, they were taken to the Ramy station for immigration and processing, 3 of which were pregnant females, and they were taken to the hospital for examination. Well, meantime, Guyanese will soon be able to travel visa-free to the United Kingdom starting November 9th. British High Commissioner to Guyana, Jane Miller, made the announcement with President Irfan Ali at a press conference at her residence on Tuesday. She said the visa waiver was a sign of the confidence the UK has in the growth of its relationship with Guyana.
Today is a historic day for the UK-Guyana relations, and I'm delighted to inform you that as of the 9th of November, those with a valid Guyanese passport can visit the UK visa-free. Together with a direct flight that will be happening at the end of March with British Airways, we believe this change is going to be transformative to our already strong relationship.
Now the visa-free travel will apply to people visiting the UK for up to 6 months, Guyanese seeking long-term stay for more than 180 days, or who want to work or study in the UK will still require visas. High Commissioner Miller said while there will be no additional screening for Guyanese, people will have to give reasons for entering the UK. President Ali said the 2 countries will work together to ensure there is no abuse of the system.
With these waivers come an important responsibility to all of us. We have a responsibility to safeguard these decisions, that they come with hard work and they take a long time, and we'll be working very closely with the UK in strengthening our systems to ensure there is proper monitoring and to ensure that there is no abuse of the system.
Well, switching gears now, Spirit Airlines has reached an agreement for a merger with JetBlue Airways. According to preliminary voting results, a majority of Spirit shareholders voted in favor of the deal. When all the votes are confirmed, the results will be filed with the Securities and Exchange Commission. Ted Christie, the president and CEO of Spirit, calls the merger an important step forward. The transaction is expected to be fully confirmed sometime in 2024. Well, meantime, the world can breathe a little bit easier now, literally. Carbon dioxide emissions from the burning of fossil fuels are expected to rise less than a single percentage point in 2022. Now, according to the International Energy Agency's forecast that was published Wednesday, officials say they expect CO2 emissions to increase by 300 million metric tons this year, which is noticeably less than the 2 billion tons recorded in 2021. The IEA says numerous factors, including the Russian invasion of Ukraine and the boost in electric vehicles, have played a role in lesser emissions. Well, meantime, this recall could spell even more bad news for store shelves. They are fuller than they used to be, but families with new babies in the U.S. are still having trouble finding formula. According to a market research firm, just 18% of powdered formula was out of stock the first week of October, compared to 30% in July. But that's still higher than before. The nationwide recall of baby formula and the subsequent shutdown of a major manufacturing plant in February. A U.S. Census Bureau survey revealed nearly a third of households with a baby younger than 1 said they had trouble finding formula over the course of 1 week in September. And more than 40% said they had only a week's supply or less on hand. While in the aftermath of Hurricane Ian's destruction in Florida, some good news for drivers in the Sunshine State, at least in the area of Sanibel Island. Less than 3 weeks after Hurricane Ian destroyed the island causeway, the bridge reopened on Wednesday. Police cars and construction vehicles drove across the repaired causeway before it was opened to the general public. Now initially scheduled to be reopened at the end of the month, officials say 36,000 hours went into making the temporary repairs and getting those repairs done ahead of schedule.